Hi, I'm Joe Schott. I'm your CSEA President, and I'm asking for your vote to re-elect me to a second term in office. Now, I'm recording from my home office, and at this point, I suppose everybody's got a version of a home office. This is mine. Got all my Greek and Latin books over there because I'm a classicist, and I've got my wall decorations, fun stuff, work desk, bookshelves, more computers, more workspace, trinkets, all the fun stuff. Oh, there we go. We got some ghosts from when I was a little kid. That was fun. Oh, there's a fallout shelter sign from a former District 11 school. Oh, health program kept me sane much of the summer. So I spent a lot of time in this office, as I'm sure you spent in yours, and I guess I would have covered spring and summer and most of the fall. And let's see, my least favorite activity was probably the multi-hour COVID meetings with D11 every day through the spring and much of the summer. But while I was doing that stuff, I was also having some great opportunities to work with teachers, recruiting teachers to work on district teams and committees, trying to find ways to plan our way through, to learn our way through the COVID situation. And that gave me the opportunity to talk with some really thoughtful, professional people who were thinking deeply and invested in the success of the district and the students. And ultimately, that's been one of the great things about being president of CSEA. I've got to meet people like that who care so much. Not every profession has people who care like teachers care, and it's been an honor. So the goals for my presidency, the big one, the main one, is elevating the agency of teachers. And by that, I mean their influence and their authority to make decisions. Now, that can take the shape of those committees that I was just talking about. Teachers are experienced and educated professionals, and not to have their understanding in the room at all times would be a mistake. And so we continue to make sure that teachers have those professional opportunities. And let's face it, it's not just a benefit for the district, it also helps teachers when it comes to expanding their professional horizons. Looking forward, district teams to evaluate initiatives and curriculum. Teachers will be on those. We're going to put teachers on those committees. That's a big, expansive, district-wide kind of, district-wide kind of view. But at schools, smaller level, just individual schools, teachers need to have their voices and their independence confirmed, and they need to be able to exercise it. Maybe this looks like PLCs, where teachers are deciding what is interesting to them. What is the inquiry process they're going to engage in to find out what it is that makes students tick? PLCs are jointly run. They're shared leadership. That's the language I wrote. It's in the master agreement. It's not an assignment. It's not another task that comes from a principal. That's something that we're going to be developing even more. Building leadership teams, department teams, and so on. The leadership in that needs to represent teachers. Teachers are the ones who need to be picking those people. This is not a cherry-picking thing from principals. So those are basic areas where we're going to be pushing harder to make sure that teacher voice is the leading voice in the room. Now, when we look at workplace success, just in general, that means that we need to work with administration effectively. Teachers are problem solvers. They're selfless workers. And what that often means is that they take on all the tasks themselves and they accept all the responsibility themselves. Well, that's in our nature, but it also leads to frustration and burnout. We saw plenty of burnout. So one of the things that has to do with teacher agency is the power to push back and set legitimate limits so that people have lives, they have health, they're not just working all the time. Like we saw this past fall, everybody was working hard, but if you work too much, you're not effective, you're not helping your students. Setting those professional goals is one of the things we're going to be doing. So that kind of teacher advocacy and development is going to be even more important as District 11 moves to downsize and reshape itself to meet the changes in our population numbers and in our community. Those things are happening. This is the facilities master plan and academic master plan work that is going on right now and will be continuing for years. They're a reality, and we need to negotiate that as teachers to keep our voices in the room. So this is the work that I will continue to do for teachers. Assert teachers' rights. Assure that teachers have a central role in developing District 11 and fostering productive interaction with the district. These are my goals, and I will lead in seeing them to fruition. But the accomplishment will be ours. This is something we're going to do together. I ask for your vote so that I can continue this essential work. Thank you for your time, and have a great year.